It's Molapisi, and welcome again to another installment of Monday Re Tsene with Pretoria Psychologists. On today's topic, I'm going to be talking about few financial tips that you can keep in mind during the month of December. So the tips that we are going to be looking at, the first one will be knowing your income. Number two will be doing your budget. Number three will be saving, and number four will be enjoying or entertainment where your finances are concerned. So we all know that the month of December, especially in South Africa, is basically a lifestyle, so to say, and we all know that a lifestyle, it requires funds. So in this month of December, it's a time where we are enjoying with our families, time to be meeting up and greeting with, our long lost friends. It's also a time where, we're doing reunions, and for some other people, they'll be doing projects, big projects at home. For an example, they'll be doing, let's say, their bathroom, remodeling it, or the kitchen. And all of these things, as we all know, they need money. So the first thing that we need to remember during December, because of now we are spending left, right, and center, is knowing our all sources of income. So we know in December you'll be having your salary. Most of the people in South Africa, they're getting their bonuses in December. You'll also be having money from the stokvels. For those who have joined stokvels, there'll be also money from your investments or savings that will be coming out. So what you want to do then in December is that you want to know all of your income, right? After having an idea of a picture that, okay, from all of my investments and my salary, I have maybe say about 50K or 30K. Now what's the next step? The next step then becomes you need to draw a budget, and then this is how then you can draw your budget. What you do with your budget is that you're going to be listing all of your expenses, and sometimes also to make your life easier or to maybe get a clear picture, what you can do is that you can even divide your expenses with December expenses and also January expenses. So list all your expenses. For example, you'll be writing your car installment, your let's say your rent or your bond, the clothes, the school uniform for those who have kids, and all these other essentials that you will need money for. So as you divide them up, you'll have money for December, you'll have also money for January. This is to help you. Remember, the aim of having a budget is basically to help you to get a picture, an idea of how much you'll actually need for all of your expenses. So after listing the expenses, which would be your needs, right, the ones that I have listed, remember also they're not limited to those ones. You'll make sure that you add according to what your needs are. You will also be adding, because of it's the time of December, what we call variables. So variables, they are the expenses that are not a month to month expense. So because it's December, this would be like your gifts for Auspolina's wedding. It can also be party celebrations. For example, your contributions to those party celebrations at home. On the 16th, there's something that will be happening. There'll be family day, there'll be bride day, there'll be this and that and that. So you also want to table down those expenses. And after you have those expenses now, you then add all of the expenses. Say your expenses now will be totaling to 15K. After they total to 15K, then you'll say 15K minus the income that you would have noted down on your first point. Then you will know how much money you have left. After knowing how much money you have left, then you think about how much then can I save. There is a rule, it's called the 50-30 and the 20 rule, where 50% of your money needs to go to your needs, and the 30% needs to go to your wants, and the 20% needs to go to your your savings. And we know particularly that it's quite difficult nowadays with the inflation and everything rising and all of that to save up. But it's very important that we save whatever that we are able to save. So make sure that after you get an idea of your income, how much that you have and how much you're gonna need or spend on your essentials and non-essentials, and then after that you then take money aside, you put it to make sure that you save it for rainy days, because you never know when rainy days may come. So make sure that you save, and make sure also that when you save in accordance to what you have. Look at how much you have and then save according to that. And my last but not least point would be the one of enjoying yourself. If you remember on the 50-30-20 rule, the 30% says that you can spend your money on your wants. So meaning that you must go and enjoy yourself, spoil yourself. Because of this money, we work very hard for it. So make sure that after you've tabled down your income, your expenses, and your savings, you go out and you spoil yourself. And most importantly, remember that affordability is key as you spoil yourself. Affordability is very key because sometimes I think we end up thinking that we have money, only to realize that we don't have money when there's money in the bank account. Sometimes when you have a lot of money, like in December, it's bonus money, it's salary money, savings money. So when you swipe, you forget there's a minus right there. It's not always a plus that's getting in. So if you're not careful and you are not keeping track of your money, then you'll end up using money for school fees on the entertainment, right? So you need to make sure that you go and you entertain yourself according to your budget. If your budget dictates or allows you to go and buy a meal, for example, at KFC, that is your form of spoiling yourself, and that is good and that is fine. If your budget also allows you to take a 3-day getaway, that's also fine. The key thing here is to make sure that as you go and spend your money and spoil yourself, you do things in accordance to your affordability, so that when January comes, we don't speak of other things. So those are the tips that I have for you. Go and enjoy yourself, have fun, and also remember that January is coming and you need to have money for your essentials then. And remember that the tips that have been discussed here, they are not exhaustive, or they have not been exhausted. Therefore, you can go and also adjust it and do it in accordance to what will be relevant, or in accordance to your own context. I hope this was helpful. Until next time, thank you.